And welcome back to the AASP podcast, AJ's American Sports Podcast. And today we got a bucket load of topics for you. Woo! Let's get to it. Woo! NBA opening day, Justin Bieber at an NHL game, and Hendrick Motorsports appealed the L2 penalty. Let's get started. So, as I said already, welcome back to the podcast. I do not have any guests with me, so today it'll just be me. This is actually the first episode of this podcast. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where this podcast goes, because I'm just a kid, so still got a lot of time ahead of me. So, let's start off with NASCAR, which is probably the most jam-packed of all the stuff that we're going over today. So, we will get to the Hendrick appeal right after we talk about this. Daniel Suarez was penalized for driving into other competitors on pit road. He was fined $50,000 for this incident. It was post-race, so Suarez made contact with the driver of the number 48 Chevrolet, Alex Bowman. Daniel Suarez repeatedly contacted the bumper of Alex Bowman's number 48 Chevrolet as the duo entered pit road moments after nudging teammate Ross Chastain aside to get to Bowman. Here is the small clip.
In front of you, 48 is following you. Everybody followed you down. 48's having to be really aggressive. He's left. Yeah, a bunch of them left here. Come on. Back up here if you can.
What the 48 is there, man? He just went straight, and the one pushed him against me. Can anyone explain me what the one was trying to do there?
I haven't seen it, but yeah, copy. We'll just talk about it later, man.
It was a deal. I can't wait to get to the 48 and the one. I kick there. Where's the 48 and the one?
Like second and fourth, man. I don't know if you'll be able to get to him with all the traffic.
Let's be calm. We can always address it later as well.
All right, just a little dose of radioactive right there, okay? Because we will hear radioactive a little bit later. But there he goes. Have you ever? Here he goes. This is the part right here where I think NASCAR is going to have the biggest problem, because there are people on pit road. You're hitting another car. That's where this becomes dangerous for other people.
As you can see there, bumped Chastain, teammate, to the side so he can deal with Bowman. On SiriusXM NASCAR radio, Justin Marks said that he would rather have two guys mad about losing than shrugging off their chances to win. That clip I find actually very interesting with the way that Justin Marks puts it. I cannot talk today. So yeah, well, this penalty is really, really going to affect Suarez' season, and I'm disappointed because he actually did really good in the last, I'd say, 50 laps of that race. Or no, not 50 laps. Like the last 20 laps of that race. He did really good. One of his best performances of this season so far. And, this is going to cost him. We'll see how he rebounds from this. But now this is the most big breaking news of the week. Hendrick Motorsports appealed their L2 penalty. Yes, here it is. The National Motorsports Appeals Panel ruled Wednesday to amend the L2 level penalties issued to Hendrick Motorsports for unapproved parts modifications entering the March 12th weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Now, these fines weren't like one of those small penalties like the one given to, or not really small, but the one given to Suarez. It was an $100,000 penalty, and it was to the 5, the 9, the 24, and the 48 Cup cars. And respectively, the 4-race suspensions handed down to the 4. The Chiefs were also docked 100 owner points. Well, not just the crew chiefs, the entire team, and 10 playoff points. Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Alex Bowman received the same points back from the initial reduction. So, yeah, that's big. And NASCAR is not happy about it. NASCAR isn't happy. NASCAR is very frustrated that the Motorsports Appeals Panel actually ruled this out, because Hendrick was basically suspended for playoffs. Like, they were like, hell no, guys, you're not going to the playoffs this year, because that's what happened. That would have happened. But all the points have been restored, all the money, all of that have been restored, and yeah. So with that appeal, that was very, very big. So now we move on to the Richmond. When I hear Richmond, my mind screams specifically 2 driver names: William Byron and Kevin Harvick. But yeah, I'm going to explain why both of these are good names. So they're gonna be competitive this weekend, and I'm gonna tell you why. So William Byron, I know he didn't win last year, but a race he did win, a race that was very, very similar, was Martinsville. And William Byron is one of our short track stars. So he is going to definitely put on a performance for all of us watching. And frankly, William Byron's my second favorite driver now that Elliott's out. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then Kevin Harvick. He has had historically one of the best performances at Richmond Speedway in NASCAR history. Although he has only grabbed 1 win last year, which was pretty impressive. But since he only grabbed 1 win there, I think he could probably grab another before he's retired. It's going to be really sad because Kevin Harvick has had one hell of a career. So, seeing that come to an end, no one's going to be happy. Now, we move on from NASCAR and we go to hockey. And since my team is, obviously, as you guys know from my shirt here, the New Jersey Devils. And they have a huge rivalry tonight. Big night. Devils versus Rangers, Hudson River rivalry night alive again. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means for all you newbies. Here is the official statement of what it is. The Devils-Rangers rivalry, also known as the Hudson River rivalry of the Battle of the Hudson River, an ice hockey rivalry between the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers clubs of the National Hockey League. Now, that is not all. We are strictly excited about this one because we can see who will be facing who at opening ice advantage on when the playoffs start. And it basically just shows you how much a game can impact fans. Because everyone there is going to be screaming their asses off. Sorry for that, but yeah, this is going to be one hell of a game. So, yeah, can't wait to see that. So, in the Maple Leafs game, it was against the Florida Panthers at Scotty Bank Arena on Wednesday. Also, the same day as the Islanders game that I watched. But Justin Bieber was supporting the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he was enthusiastically cheering on the Maple Leafs with his wife, Hailey Bieber, and his family. So here's the clip And this is all we have for hockey, so here's the clip.
Known to wear the blue and white. Welcome, Justin Bieber on Next Generation Night, guys. Yes, Steve.
All right, next we have MLB. MLB, we're just going to do an opening day recap because Aaron Judge hit his first home run of 2023 in the game against the Giants. And they won that 7-0. So they kind of shut him out. So that was a great game. If you were watching that, you were on the edge of your seat the entire time. Just going to recap the game. So Braves versus the Nationals, 7-2. Orioles versus Red Sox, 10-9. Close game, too. Brewers versus Cubs, 4-0. Tigers versus Rays, 4-0 again. Phillies versus Rangers. This is in the bottom of the 5th, and it is currently 6-9. And the Pirates versus Reds game is currently also in the bottom of the 5th, 4-4. Twins versus Royals is in the top of the 7th. Blue Jays versus Cardinals, 5-5, top of the 5th. Mets versus Marlins in the top of the 7th, 5-3, 5-3, which is what I'm watching now. And here are the games that are coming up tonight. It is the White Sox versus the Astros, Rockies versus Padres, Angels versus Athletics, Diamondbacks versus Dodgers, and Guardians versus Mariners. I probably pronounced so many of those wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's all we have for MLB. And this is our last sport of the day. This is a very short episode. Andre Drummond ruled out after posting about mental health. One of the greats, too. So, here is the story. The Chicago Bulls, which is who Andre plays for. He didn't, retire or something. He missed Chicago's game Friday night against the Los Angeles Lakers, and he posted on Twitter that he was deleting his social media apps to focus on his mental health. Drummond was ruled out because of personal reasons. According to the Bulls, coach Billy Donovan said he is hopeful about the possibility of Drummond traveling with the team ahead of Friday night's game at Charlotte. So, yeah, kind of recapped that all in 2 paragraphs. So, I am sorry for such a short episode, but this is all we have for the sports today. Not a busy day, not a busy week, but MLB opening day was fun, and we'll see how Richmond plays out for NASCAR. So, peace out, guys. Tune in next Friday for the next episode.